book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, and verse 4. And these are the words that the Lord Yahweh, by Shem Havashai, spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, by Shem Havashai, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man do travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Havashai, Bahara Kamadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. They're scattered abroad amongst the heathen, something like the heathen. Even at the 144,000. Preachers, teachers, and prophets, Shalom. The time of Jacob's trouble will be America's trouble. The time of Jacob's trouble will be the purging of 2/3 of Israel and the downfall of America. The time of Jacob's trouble will be the worst time ever since it was a nation. In other words, no captivity in the past. Everything that we've been through is, our people, Israelites, every captivity and what any other nation has ever been through is not going to amount to the type of judgment and trouble and fear and chaos that we're about to see. Remember, this is the worst, this is the most wickedest kingdom that has ever been on the face of the planet. Alright? America is the most wickedest kingdom that has ever been on the face of the planet. Wickedness is at an all-time high. The wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the herbivores are fulfilled, and it's time for judgment. Which, Revelation 6 and 8, let's just read it. Let's start at 7. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, Come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto him over the fourth part of the earth, America, to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, pestilence and diseases, and with the beasts of the earth. And this is what we're about to witness, man. Nothing but chaos. Let's play these videos, man.
With their normal patients.
Right here, right there. You can see the
this really what's going to get it started. This really what's going to get it popping. The lack of resources, the lack of food. And remember, as we've been telling y'all through the spirit of prayer, how about Shemal Shah, without these containers coming in from China and the nations cutting America off. In other words, no imports coming in. Also, they're no longer receiving a lot of things. The other countries are no longer receiving things from America, so the money ain't coming in. So guess what? Either way, jobs are being cut. Jobs are being canceled. Jobs are closing. That's why they got so many layoffs. So in the midst of no job, no work, no income, you can't get no food. The mirth of the land is gone. You can't enjoy yourself. This place is finished, man. Empty ports of Los Angeles this morning. April 29th, 2025. There you go.
Right. What do you mean? Where would their normal patients?
right here, right there. You can see the cranes right here. You should see.
Can I roll this down?
Yes, you should see up top of 3 ships just docked. There's no ships right here in the water. You should have seen the ships. They say that like that cruise one should be ships on the other side. Right here looks empty as well. You see those middle rows? Right now, let's see. There should be containers on that middle row. There's empty by those 2 trucks over there, just parked. You should see containers there. There's nothing flowing.
Right. What do you mean?
Alright, let's get another.
I'm gonna try to record this. This is like the third time without being interrupted. So I was listening to Hassan Pike this morning about the empty shelves and the ports are gonna be empty coming soon. And he was calling it the tsunami. And he's not joking when he says that, because if you look at it, once those last cargo ships come, that's it. It's done. Once they get to store shelves, that is it. And the fact that this is being compared worse than COVID is scary as shit. There's gonna be so much job loss, not job growth that our Trump keeps on touting. And the fact like the first people that are gonna get laid off are your transportation people. So it's going to be like your trucking industry, your FedEx, your UPS, your people that work on the ports.
This shit be popping up on the blue. Hold on, y'all.
Laid off. And then eventually people in the automotive industry will be laid off. And then it will trickle down to your retail and your fast food and restaurants. And the prices were insane. And the fact like we're going, if not worse, is more crazy. I don't know, man. I think this is the turning point, though. The only good outcome of this problem is that you're going to see a lot of Republicans, a lot of Trump voters, and then, of course, all the Democratic Party try to get Trump out. In all honest opinion, because he's going to tank the economy. I mean, there's going to be a shit ton of job loss, and affordability at the grocery store is not going to be a thing. So, with that being said, I think a lot of his supporters are going to be like, I didn't vote for this. I didn't vote for my job to be lost or me to be laid off until further notice, or...
Hold on. This just pop up like. Hold on.
I didn't expect my groceries to be this high, or if not higher, or now I can't get this special item at the grocery store because you don't know when it's going to come in. That kind of thing. And it's going to be a turning point for Trump. It's going to be a thing that's going to implode in his face. And I'm here for it. I think this is going to be the turning point, but at the same time, it's going to do so much damage to us as Americans and the economy. It is going to be so bad. But with that being said, I hope everyone keeps a positive outlook, maybe, or just keep your head on a swivel. And one more thing, can we stop giving Kevin O'Leary, or the guy from Shark Tank, a platform, because he was just on CNN and he's touting that he loves all these people being poor, that he loves this because it makes them want to try to be the 1%. Like, bro, I don't ever want to be a 1%. Give me enough money, like, I don't know, $500,000, and I'll stretch that shit out until I retire. I don't need to be making millions of dollars. I never wanted that. I don't think any American wants that. And if they do, I would hope they reinvested it in their community. But this dude is like crazy to say that he loves all these people being poor. And people idolize this guy because they want to become the 1%. Dude, I don't know. This world that we live in and this timeline is so fucked up. All I gotta say is keep your head on a swivel, try to keep positive. Let's hope that we can make it out of this. I'm gonna try.
Well, you're not. All right, it's not. It's over. All right, and this part of the collapse, and we all know what it's gonna lead to. We've been warning about this. Empty shells. Let's just go ahead and get it. And the empty shells is gonna lead to this. But let's get this first. 2 Ezra 6:22. And suddenly shall the song place appear on the song, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Alright? My fault. 2 Ezra 15. Because we got another video too from CNN. It's 9 minutes long. I played it at the end. It says Port of Los Angeles bracing for 35% drop in imports next week. Alright. We'll play it at the end. Well, this is what it's gonna lead to: the empty shelves, the loss of jobs. Hey, like he said, he believed that the Trump supporters are gonna come up against him. Well, he's right. We're gonna read it. These people are gonna come up against these government officials, man. All right, the citizens are going to come up against the government officials, man. All right, and it's going to tell you why. 2 Ezra 15:14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall guns and different weapons. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. You see? So that's going to happen very soon. Alright? Very soon. All this chaos. And you see how frightened the man was? He even told you. He even told us he was terrified. But we read it in Jeremiah 30. Alright? A man is going to be like a woman in travail, meaning a woman in labor pains. Alright? But it's going to be worse than that, though. Even men going to be afraid. If the man going to be afraid, which a man is built stronger than a woman, how the women going to feel? Through. Hey, y'all already all on TikTok and YouTube begging for attention from men and trying to get men. But we don't want y'all. We good. We better off. Hey, so you see the Isaiah 4:1 about to kick in. Alright? Women are already looking for these men. Or looking for men, but hey, who's going to be the primary go-to guys? The real high-value males. The men of the Lord. Beginning with the men of the great millstone. And the men is underneath them that teach the same doctrine. Okay? Which is the doctrine of Yahweh Shema Shai. Remember the testimony of Yahweh Shai, the spirit of prophecy. So these women going to be after these men. Not no false camps or no false niggas or nobody that call them no Jesus. Most definitely not Brad and Raekwon. Y'all finished. So you see what people gonna do. It says a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So it's gonna be chaotic. Alright, it's gonna be chaotic. And they're gonna shut things down. Alright, it says, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the house shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread for great tribulation. So you see, when these ports are empty, you see what's going to cause all this chaos? Hey, the lack of jobs, the lack of supplies and resources, the fact that they don't have the money to go get the resources that they need, because things gonna be through the roof. All right. Remember, people running through their savings, they can't pay bills. But see, we're in a time where, hey, just pay what you can, so they won't take it, so you won't be homeless for now. Because when all hell break loose, shit, you ain't got to worry about paying no damn bills. The troops will be going around anyway. All right, you got to be on the move anyway. See, this is what us as a hopefully let already know. But hey, back to that, the 17th verse, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Right? Lockdowns, man. These troops can be roaming, curfews, checkpoints. Now this popped up on my phone. Now I watched the lesson from the big brother Mwatazak from LA, from the LA camp. He went into this earlier today. He went into the whitehouse.gov website, and you can put this in, and it's gonna take you right to it. But this popped up in my information box at the top, and I was reading it, and it hit me. I said, "Oh, the big bro, man, he went into this earlier." But April 29, 2025, federal Trump signed sweeping executive order to expand police powers. Hey, then Trump said, hey, he was going to give police officers immunity. It says legal shields and military-style support amid civil liberties concerns. You see that? You see? So, hey, all the troops that we were talking about, they here activated and ready. All right? Now, ICE going around snatching up Northern Kingdom and about to start with Southern Kingdom. But, hey, the military gonna get involved, but they're not gonna go after their own citizens, man. Some of them will, but the majority won't. But that's why they got these UN troops that they lead in through the border, man. Y'all still don't believe that? The hopefully let know. You still got UN troops, man, here, waiting to be called. All right. Now, just to show you real quick, you can go to put this in Google. This will take you to the whitehouse.gov. When you go to the search, see, whitehouse.gov 2 days ago, and it's called, which was April the 28th, 2029, the day the 30th fact sheet. President Donald Trump strengthens America's law enforcement to pursue criminals and protect innocent citizens. Those innocent citizens are talking about Edomites, number one, and those who gonna bow the knee. All right, it's not the criminals. It's talking about us Israelites, man. All right, and those who are on the list of the of who they deem as incompliant, those who are dissents. Hey, you Edomites, the ones who they know that's gonna rise up against the government and got these TikTok videos and make these videos and truthers. Y'all, they gonna lump y'all up with us. All right. So you see, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So they can lock things down, and that's where you go after folks when they home. Okay, got a little bit more controlled movement. So you see, this chaos, they're gonna bring forth the order, and this is it. Trump signed sweeping executive order to expand police powers, legal shields, and military-style support amid civil liberties concern. And don't forget, we went into it the other day about where the Holy Spirit, how the sword is sharpened. We literally went into that about 2-3 days ago. All right? When they was in Colorado, ICE went up there and raided that club. Right? It says President Donald Trump signed a major executive order Monday aimed at dramatically expanding the powers, protections, and resources available. Hey, and don't forget, Trump said he wanted to extend the power. Don't forget that as well. Expanding the powers, protections, and resources. And hey, all this, they need a warrant to come into your house. No. We keep telling y'all, no. They do what they want to do. You got the Constitution. They're going to throw that out the window, man. They ain't think about that. That's going to collapse sooner or later, because when they activate martial law, and they're going to do that when all hell break loose, forget about it. I got rights. I know my rights. You don't know shit. Because if you did know, you would know that they could do it. All right? And they going to do it. Anyway, what you think? You going to court, you going to sue them. Okay. Good luck with that. When you're in the concentration camp, or your ass back in the spirit world. Oh boy. It says, and resources available to state and local law enforcement agencies across the United States. The order titled Strengthening and Unleashing America's Law Enforcement to Pursue Criminals and Protect Innocent Citizens. Hey, that flood of ungodly men, the wrath of Esau. All right? Esau was that sword. Hey, remember that cruel Lord is coming down upon the people, like a raging bear and a roaring lion. It says marks one of the most comprehensive federal efforts in recent years to reshape rejoicing policy. So you see, this is what they can do to gain control, and it ain't gonna be no going back to no normal, man. Oh, it's gonna get better. Keep telling yourself that. Keep telling yourself that. Hey, the things that you hope for, you shall not obtain. That's in Second Esdras. I believe the 5th or the 7th chapter. Keep telling yourself that. And you rapture people, you rapture Christians, you Christian about the rapture. Keep clicking your heels and rubbing your daggone magic lantern, man. And praying to your false God. God and Jesus. And believing on that false doctrine. Your ass be right down here getting jacked up. Cause judgment for you. Alright, now we could be in the midst of it too. But remember, hey, the wrath of Yahweh Shema Shai, this judgment is upon the 2/3. Alright? Matter of fact, let's just get that real quick. That Isaiah. 2/3 of Israel are going to get cut off, man. You prepare the table for that truth, man. Alright? And you want to feed on false doctrine and lies, the fruit of lies, well, you going to get jacked up. Isaiah 65 and 11, it says, but ye are they that forsake the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that truth, and that furnish a drink offering to that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. So you was living a life full of hypocrisy, pretenders, living off the doctrines of men, and not the words of Yahweh Shema Shai. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, Yahweh Shema Shai, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. So who was Jacob's trouble for? Oh, 2/3 of Israel. Yeah, that's what I figured. Let me make sure I won't trip. Lord willing, I'm not part of that lot, man. Alright? It says, and ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. Yeah, y'all gonna be labeled as the wicked. Alright? And this is the time we in, man. The God against the wicked. Matter of fact, we're going to get there. It says, for the Lord God, Yahweh Shema Shai, shall slay thee and call his servants by another name. You see that? Let's get this real quick. This Ecclesiastes. Real quick. Because this is the time we in. And this is going to that separation too. Alright. Let's see. Yep. Ecclesiastes 33 and 14. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. You see that? So that's that separation. Yahweh Shema Shai is going to watch over, protect the good, which is the godly. He's going to destroy the evil, which is the son of the wicked of Israel. Okay? And along with that, you heathen going to get taken out too. However, whatever judgment is set for you, whether it's by the beast, the captivity, the sword, the famine, the pestilence, So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. You see? Let's get another one. Second Esdras 16. It's either 16 or 15. And let me see. Second Esdras 16, I believe. Or it might be the 15th chapter. We're going to get it, though. I think it's the 15th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, right here, 16. Thwadi Habba Shema Shah. Second Esdras 16 and 49. Like as an whore envieth a righteous, like as an whore envieth a right, honest, and virtuous woman, so shall righteousness hate iniquity when she decketh herself, and shall accuse her to her face when he cometh that shall defend him that diligently searcheth out every sin upon earth. And therefore be ye not like unto thereunto, nor to the works thereof, for yet a little and iniquity shall be taken away out of the earth, and righteousness shall reign among you. You see that? So you see where we are. We right here at the end of this thing. Alright? Right here at the end of this thing. Now let's get finish reading this. It says, damn, where we stop off at, man? Shit, I knew it was gonna happen. I mean, about as long as a damn strain of hell. It says marks one of the most comprehensive federal efforts in recent years to reshape policing policy. The executive order directs the Attorney General to create a new mechanism to provide legal resources and indemnification. It ain't going out like that. Come on.
Indemnification.
Yeah, indemnification. Indemnification is a legal agreement where one party, the indemnitor, promises to cover losses or damages suffered by another party. The indemnity due to specific circumstances outlined in the contract. It initially shifts the risk of loss from one party to another. It is a way to allocate risk and protect parties from financial losses. It says an indemnification for law enforcement officers who face legal expenses or liabilities stemming from their official duties. Woo! So in other words, police officers, law enforcement can have full immunity, man. All right. It says, where we at? Stemming from their official duties, this includes establishing partnerships with private sector law firms to offer pro bono legal assistance to officers accused of wrongdoing in the line of duty. You see that? You see? They can have free range. Current research does not provide strong evidence that the police need military-style protection to reduce crime or enhance officer safety. Two independent peer-reviewed studies published in the journal Nature of Human Behavior found that billions of dollars in surplus military equipment transferred to U.S. police departments did not reduce crime or increase officer safety. The order also mandates a broad increase in federal support for law enforcement, instructing agencies to maximize the use of the federal resources to improve officer training. They don't care about no damn training. They don't care about it. Just you can give an order. You can follow through with the order, and that's to kill, steal, and destroy. All right? It says officer training, pay, and benefits, strengthen and expand legal protections for officers, seek tougher sentences for crimes committed against law enforcement personnel, invest in the security and capacity of prisons, El Salvador, improve and deconcentration camps over in America as well, improve the collection and uniformity of crime data across jurisdictions. Additionally, the order calls for a review and potential rollback of federal consent decrees and other oversight measures that the administration says may unduly impede law enforcement operations, man. Free range. Free range. Do whatever they want, man. A particularly controversial provision instructs the Attorney General and Secretary of Defense to increase the transfer of surplus military and national security assets, such as armored vehicles and tactical gear, to local police departments within 90 days. Oh, oh, oh. You hear that? Military-style weapons. Okay. Teflon Taekwon. Shoot 'em up John and all y'all. T-Mac with 2 straps. All you niggas. Big Bad Brad. Yeah, Esau got something for you. He got something for you. He got a whole lot of weapons we ain't even seen. Sound weapons, heat weapons, robots, Universal Soldier cyborgs. Okay. And you best believe you how about Shema Shah can turn on the right side too. You're gonna give brother spiritual powers. That's coming too. It says the order also tasks the Secretary of Defense with determining how military training and non-lethal capabilities can be used to prevent crime at the local level. But you can read the rest though. Just type this in. It says the executive order empowers the Department of Justice to pursue legal action against state and local officials who, in the administration's view, obstruct law enforcement or unlawfully restrict police activities. So, hey, those who go up against the government, that's within the government, it's consequences for you too. Why? Because you are against the agenda. It says restrict police activities, including through diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives that are seen as limiting police effectiveness. You see, in other words, it's keeping them from doing their job that they're going to be given orders to do or signed to do. The order directs the Attorney General to prioritize prosecution of any federal criminal law violations by such officials. Hey, look, and this system ain't going to be against those who are with it. It's for those who are against it. All right? So who the targets, man? Primarily, us Israelites. And you Edomites that's not going to get down. Hey, y'all on the list too. So you see, hey, with all this chaos, hey, by no jobs, no money coming in, and high prices and shortages of supplies at the stores, you see what's going to happen. It's going to break into chaos. But as we read in the 17th verse of 2 Esdras 15, hey, a man shall desire to go into a city but shall not be able. Well, this is why. This is the order right here. All right, this is the order. All right. Now, I wasn't play this video on CNN.
I just found out my girl been giving head to the...
Damn, you cut that bitch loose. Her head ain't your head. Dang. Let's check this out real quick. I'm gonna just show you the head, so you can type it in. Just type this in.
Just changed the web development game forever. You gotta watch this.
The Port of Los Angeles says...
You can finish reading the article too. You go to the whitehouse.gov. You know, y'all saw it, man. Just type it in. Send me this video. Port of Los Angeles bracing for 35% drop in imports next week, man. So early May, it's all down here from there, according to the reports. Now we know, hey, this summer gonna be a hell of a summer. All right. So hey, you know, we ain't gonna put no date on it. We could just sit back and see what's going on and wait for prophecy to play out. But we do know that these prophecies are soon going to play out, man. All right, but hey, I believe this is it. All right, hey, I believe this is it. May, I believe this could be the month of hell, man. And June, July, shit, summer gonna be off the chain. And it's just all down here from there, man. All right, shalom.